Hello everyone and welcome back to Gangster Hero channel, and in today's video I'm going to talk about the new upcoming F2P Lightcone that will be available in the Memory of Chaos shop in Honkai 2.0 updates. Yes, you can buy this new Lightcone in the Memory of Chaos shop. So remember, I know this video will come out 2 days before the 2.0 updates, but you can save the loosen afterglow currency in memory of cash. So when the 2.0 comes out, you can use this currency to buy the new Lycon. This all this upcoming new Lycon seems pretty amazing. Maybe some of them seems to be busted, but I'm pretty sure that if you save the loosen afterglow currency right now, this new F2P Lightcone will bring some good impact to your character. So without further ado, let's start from the first icon. Okay. So for the first icon is Flames of War. This icon is for destruction character. So in the superimpose one, we will get when the accumulative HP loss of the wearer during a single attack exceeds 25%, or if the amount the HP consumed is exceed 25% of max HP, the character will be immediately heals 15% of their max HP. But at the same time, the character will also get buff by increasing the damage by 25% and lasting for 2 turns. This effect can only be triggered once every 3 turns. Okay, so basically, this Lycon is very synergized with only one character in Honkai Star Rail for right now, and it's none other than Blade, because Blade is the only character that scaling and playing with HP. And I think this we know Blade already have an F2P Lycon, and his name is, if I remember, is the Faulos. And that 4-star Lycon is also very good and perfectly suited for Blade. But with this upcoming new destruction F2P Lycon from the Memory of Chaos, I think this Lycon is also a suitable substitute for a foul loss if you don't have a foul loss. But also remember that this evac is on the superimpose one, so we need to see how much different from the superimpose 1 to the superimpose 5. And yeah, the only character I can think right now that's suitable for this Lycon is Blade. Okay, so next we are going to talk about the Han Lycon, the final victor. So in the superimpose one, we will get an increased attack by 12%, and when the wearers land a crit hit on enemies, the character will gain stacks of good fortunes, which can be stacked up to 4 times, and each stack of good fortunes will increase the crit damage by 8%. But remember, good fortune will be removed at the end of the wearer turns. So it means that if you move, then your character land a crit hit, the character gain the buff, and then the buff will be gone in a single turn. Well, the character that I can only think right now for this Lycon is Topaz and Nambi. Why Topaz and Nambi? Because Topaz and Nambi can land a lot of damage in a single instance of attack. So remember, when Nambi in the base stats, Nambi can land about 7 damage to the enemies, and where in the ultimate state Nambi can deal more than 7 damage in a single instance. It means that if all the Nambi damage is critical hit, it means that Nambi can stack this good fortune very easy, and the crit damage of the crit damage of Topaz will be increased. by 32% in the superimposed one, and it could be higher, or could be very very big in the superimposed 5. Well, I think that's the only review I can give for this the Han character, because most of the Han character like Doctor Ratio, the new Han, Doctor Ratio can only do maybe one damage in a single instance. So I think a character where can land a lot of damage in a single instance is Topaz and Nambi. Okay, so for the third Lycon, we will talk about the Erudition, the day the cosmos fell. So in Superimposed 1, we will get an attack by 16%, and when the wearers use an attack, and at least 2 attack enemies have the corresponding weakness, the crit damage of the wearer increased by 20% for 2 turns. So it means this Lycon can be used by most of Erudition character right now. But we need to still remember that the condition where at least 2 attack enemies have the corresponding weakness. It means that if you put this Lycon on, for example, Argenti, at least 2 enemies have physical weakness. So the Argenti can get the crit damage buff. And it's also the same for other character. If you put this Lycon to Himeko, then at least 2 enemies have fire weakness. But if you maybe if there is one enemy with the corresponding weakness, and there's one enemy without the weakness, I think the only way to fix that is you can bring Silver Wolf. But I think it's too if you bring Silver Wolf, is out of context from this video, and I think this Lycon is very very good. It can be a life-changing Lycon for Erudition character, but you need to remember that the enemies need to have the corresponding weakness, and at least 2 enemies, not 1. Okay, so next we will talk about the new F2P Harmony Lycon, Dreamville Adventure. In Superimposed 1, after the wearers use either their basic attack skill or ultimate, all allies gain Chaldiness, which increase allies damage from the same ability type as the one used by the wearer by 12%. Chaldiness only takes effects for the most recent ability type the wearer used and cannot be stacked. Honestly, I still don't know how this Lycon works. This description do not explain how this Lycon works, so I still don't know how this 12% buffs works to the other character. But saying this description of this Lycon seems a little bit too annoying and bizarre at the same time. So for right now, I do not recommend this Lycon because I still don't know how this Lycon works and which character can use this Lycon perfectly. Okay, so next is the Nihility Lycon. It's showtime. So in Superimposed 1, when we inflict the buff on the enemy, gain a stack of trick. And every stack of trick increase the worst damage dealt by 6%, stacking up to 3 times. This effect lasts for 1 turn. And when the effect hit rate is 80% or higher, increase attack by 20%. Okay, so for the first buff, I think a lot of character does not sweet enough because this effect lasts only for 1 turn. It means in a single turn the character can inflict a lot of debuff to the enemy, and I think Black Swan or maybe Acheron, new DOT character, can use this Lycon perfectly. But for right now, I think Black Swan is the most suitable Nihility character that can inflict a lot of debuff in a single instance. And also this Lycon is an offensive Lycon. So Nihility character like Silver Wolf does not works well with this Lycon. And for the second stat, for the second buff, the wearer's effective rate is 80% or higher, increase the attack by 20%. It also means that there are only two characters right now that need effective rate higher than 80%. The first one is Silver Wolf and the second one is Black Swan. And for the Silver Wolf, like I mentioned before, Silver Wolf is a Nihility character focusing on debuffs. And this Lycone is focusing on offensive damage. So the OT Nihility, the OT character is the most suitable for this buff. And yeah, for right now, this icon is only suitable for Black Swan. And yes, we are going to the preservation Lycon Destiny Stretch for 1. For the superimposed one, increase the wearer's evac rest by 12%. I think this is a good buff because preservation like Fusion need evac resistance. And then for every 100 defense the wearer has, increase the wearer's damage dealt by 0.8 and up to maximum increase of 32%. Okay, so this preservation Lycone is focusing on damage, but for the current preservation character, most of preservation is focusing on sustainability of a team, and this Lycone is focusing on damaging the enemies. Wow, for every 100 defense, increase the wearer's damage by 0.8% up to maximum increase of 32%. I'm pretty sure that this Lycone will be useful in the future game, but for right now this Lycone is not a priority pick because there is no preservation that focusing on damage even though in this current available character. And then for the last free F2P Lycone is the Abundance. What is real? In Superimpose 1, increase the wearer's break effect by 24%, and after using the basic attack, restore HP for the wearers by an amount equal to 2%. Okay, so for right now, there is no Abundance character that use break effect as their scaling for the heal. So yes, like in the preservation one, this Lycone is a future for future character, and for right now this Lycone is not as prioritized to pick. And so on. This is the end of this video, so this is just a quick review. I still don't know how this new Lycone will show a big impact to our account in the future content, but seeing some of this makes me interesting, and I think some of the Lycone like the hunt or the destruction and also the erudition can bring a lot of impact to your character, but some of them is also seems to be busted. Well, this is just a quick review. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Leave a like if you like this video, subscribe to my channel if you want more Honkai, and other gacha games content, and I will see you guys on the other video.